What's going on, Jerome's? One more day, mercifully, until the NFL draft kicks off, and we got a couple more mock drafts. Chris Sims, NBC Sports, former NFL quarterback, former QB at the University of Texas, put out his first and only mock draft, and of course, there's some interesting tidbits. So we'll dive on in. Of course, Sims famously only judges his evaluations on tape. He doesn't take into account anything off the field, any intangibles, any health issues. It's all on the tape. So respect that. Comes to different conclusions. Stand by it. Let's go. Number 1, Lawrence. Number 2, Wilson. Now, this is projecting what he thinks is going to happen because in his quarterback rankings, he actually had Zach Wilson above Trevor Lawrence, which caused some waves a couple weeks ago. 3, Niners, Mac Jones, where they're reportedly deciding between Mac Jones and Trey Lance ahead. 4, Pitts, where if they don't go quarterback, if they don't trade down, there are a couple trades in this mock draft, just getting Kyle Pitts has a chance to be a generational prospect. And if they do get rid of Julio Jones, I think they can use Pitts' red zone prowess as a nice replacement. Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley, let's go. 5, Bengals. Bengals could go a number of ways, where if Pitts was there, I think they take him. But reuniting Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow, that does make sense, even though their wide receiver core is pretty good. I mean, they got Boyd. They do have T. Higgins. So, I don't know. They certainly could go offensive line, but also they could, since they do have a second-round pick, must be nice, could address offensive line in the second round. 6, Devontae Smith, Miami. Yeesh. If you want to give Tua the best possible chance, surround him with weapons, especially familiar ones. The Heisman Trophy winner goes 6. 7, Lions are like, okay, we'll just go BPA, where Penny Sewell is probably going to end up playing right tackle for the Lions to start, since they do have Taylor Decker in the building. But, I mean, hashtag blessed. The Vikings should look into potentially trading up, even if it is in division, if Penny Sewell gets to 7. 8, there's a trade. Washington football team moves up from 19 up to 8. They get no pants or Trey Lance. They move up. They have their choice between Trey Lance and Justin Fields. They go with the pride of NDSU. He can sit behind Fitzmagic for a hot second and then eventually take over. Ron Rivera gets another mobile quarterback. He loves him. 9, Broncos. Now, they easily could take Justin Fields, where you see how far Justin Fields falls, where it's like, we'll get into that. But Fields at 9, I think that's a slam dunk for George Payton. He did not draft Drew Lock, and yeah, potentially getting his own guy, but that's whatever. 10, but Micah Parsons. Vic Fangio's defense, Micah Parsons, come on, son. 10, Cowboys, cornerback, yes. Surtain, yes. 11, so the Giants move up, but not for who you think. They move up for Jalen Waddle, the last of the big 3 wide receivers still on board, and the Patriots fully rebuilding around Cam Newton, getting him some actual weapons this time around, But I don't know. They're moving up 4 spots, and they're not going Justin Fields. It's kind of blowing my mind. Kind of crazy. 12, Eagles have needs all over the place. They could have gone offensive line. They could have gone wide receiver, but J.C. Horn in this spot, cornerback 2 off the board. Him and the remains of Darius Big Play Slay. Yes. Chargers 13, blindside protector for Justin Herbert. It hurts. It hurts me right there. 14, the Vikings go AVT over Rashawn Slater, who you see falling to 20 to the Bears. Wow. Where I like AVT, I like Slater better. Like, Slater is an absolute dynamic stud, even though, again, AVT, solid player. But, man, you're passing up on Slater and you're passing up on Justin Fields. I don't know, man. I don't know. 15, Giants trading back at Jason away. They like him long and lengthy on the outside, physical freak, trying to get JPP, trying to get some Justin Tuck vibes going on. I understand what Gettleman's doing here. 16, the Cardinals going Christian Barmore, where, I mean, that defensive line, even though they do have JJ in the building, could use a little bit more soup, a little bit more stank. Barmore will bring that out to the desert. 17, the Raiders. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, where you're playing Travis Kelce twice a year, you need a guy like Joke. And the Raiders actually make a good pick. It's kind of crazy. But also, the Raiders have never seemed fully committed to Derek Carr. I think Gruden and Mayock are just like, whatever. But you tell me they're going to pass on Justin Fields? Nah. 18. So the Dolphins, speaking of not committed, I mean, they kind of like Tua. I don't know if they're fully in love with him. And if they can get Fields at 18 without having maneuver, why wouldn't they? Kind of crazy, but they go FU, pay me. Getting a consistent edge rush in Flores' defense makes sense. 19, the Panthers moving back from 8. Take Caleb Farley, so they're going to gamble on the health, where this also makes sense for Justin Fields. But with Farley, they're going to gamble on that back. He's the 3rd cornerback off the board, and I get it. I understand. If Caleb Farley was fully healthy, he probably would have taken him at 8. but you move down 11 spots, you get some extra draft capital, and you get the guy that you hope can be good to go. 20, I mean, the Bears would obviously take Justin Fields, right? You would think, but they keep Rashawn Slater in the Windy City. They need help at tackle. Maybe Slater eventually takes over for Leno. They'll probably start him at right tackle right away. Go ahead. 21, Jalen Phillips, where Justin Houston moved on, and Chris Ballard, he can't help himself, right? So they need tackle help, but they can address that in the second round, where Jalen Phillips, if he's healthy, if the concussion issues are behind him, has a chance to be the best edge rusher in this class. 22, the Titans trying to replace Isaiah Wilson. Tevin Jenkins, nastiness, where if you have Jenkins and you have Taylor Lewan, you probably have two of the nastiest tackles in NFL history together. Like, can we get Conrad Dobler to play guard? Sure, why not? 23, Robert Saleh. You got your quarterback at 2. Now you're getting your edge rusher at 23. So try and adding to the pretty underrated Jets front 7. I like what they're going to do up front with Gangrene. 24, curveball. Steelers taking Landon Dickerson, where they have needs all over the place. They usually could take Najee Harris. They easily could take a linebacker or edge rusher, but offensive line has been gutted. Marquise Pouncey retired, so Landon Dickerson stepping on in. And Dickerson just seems like a Steel City dude. Like, they should name a sandwich at Permante's after him right now. Right now. 25, Jaguars, Levi Onwuzurike, where they kind of already have an Onwuzurike in Roy Robertson Harris, who they signed in free agency from the Bears, but why not? Why the hell not? Onwuzurike can play 3-tech, can play edge, can play lots of positions. He has a lot of versatility on that defensive line for Urban Meyer year 1. 26, Zaven Collins. Wow. So Stefanski saw in Minnesota what it's like to have a linebacker with the coverage skills of Eric Kendricks. So now if you have a guy with the coverage skills of Kendricks, but you have the size of Anthony Barr, yeah, get some. 27, Baltimore, first of 2 first-rounders. They go Aziz on the edge, replacing Judon and Yannick the freaking Ngakoue. 28, Saints, Tyson Campbell. Oh, the other Georgia cornerback makes his way into the first round, but taken ahead of Greg Newsome. Wow. 29, Packers, Kadarius Toney. I hate it. I hate everything about it. It is so ugly. And now I have to dislike Kadarius Toney so much, and it sucks. 30, the Bills at Gregory Rousseau, where he's got that length, he can play edge, he can do whatever, and they can move him all along the defensive line in that Frazier and McDermott defense. I like that pickup for the Bills a lot. 31, Leatherwood, up to no good, can play guard, can play tackle for the Ravens. Maybe if they already traded Orlando Brown Jr., so Leatherwood could step in at right tackle. Maybe Villanueva starts the season, then eventually gives away Leatherwood, maybe Leatherwood plays guard, whatever. And then somehow, some way, the Bucs just end up with Justin Fields. Now, this may be an homage because Chris Sims did play for the Bucs for a hot second, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Because obviously the Raiders at 17 would have taken Justin Fields, but maybe this is Chris Sims having an axe to grind against John Gruden from back in the day. And I don't know. So what's most befuddling is Justin Fields falling all the way to 32. And I know there's a lot of talking points. It's a lot of clicks. It's a lot of stuff. It's, getting attention before the draft. It's important. But, I mean, dude's still on board. Kellen Mond, Davis Mills, maybe they sneak in the first round. I don't know. No running backs. What is this, a PFF mock draft? Get out of here. Bateman, Marshall, Rondale, Elijah Moore, no go. Freiermuth, no. Offensive line, Radons, Cosme, Eichenberg, Mayfield, Wyatt Davis, no matter what. And then on the defensive side, Asai, Basham, Jamin Davis. Greg Newsome didn't go. Asante Samuel Jr. didn't go. No safeties either. No Trevon Moehrig. Wow. Kind of amazing. But if this is how it went down for the Vikings, it's not to denigrate AVT. He'll be a very solid starting guard right away for the Vikings. But look who's left on board. Like, I would go Slater 10 times out of 10. I would even go Justin Fields. And I'm not the biggest Justin Fields fan in the world, but at 14, I think that's insane value in terms of potentially getting your future franchise quarterback without having to maneuver, without having to trade up. You still have 9 other picks, but I don't know. But it's always new and different. That's why we respect Chris Sims, so it is what it is. But your thoughts, Chris Sims mock draft, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.